Hi, my name is Jonathan Hayes. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. This is actually the first episode of a new podcast that I'm starting called Real Life with Jonathan Hayes. This podcast is just going to cover a variety of different things. For those of you who don't know me, I am a realtor here in North Carolina. I'm 24 years old. I am married to my best friend, Madeline. We were talking one day and just I kind of told her, I was like, I just feel like I have some information regarding real estate that I would just love to put out there for people to listen to. But sometimes, there are things that we talk about in real estate that, maybe aren't conveyed very well on a Facebook post. Maybe it's just too much writing and it's too much scrolling. And so I felt like this would be a really good outlet just to kind of specifically start out off the bat just with some real estate. But also, I feel like there's more to offer than just real estate. I think I have a little bit of perspective, just being a newlywed, just to maybe open up an avenue to talk about relationships and the journey of marriage and how to navigate. Number one, being a husband and being a good husband, but also how to navigate friends through marriage and things like that. And so I just kind of have not really a direct agenda for what this podcast might be. I think more than anything, I just want it to just relate to what the title is, which is just life, just real life. What does life look like for an everyday person? So today I just kind of wanted to introduce myself, talk a little bit about the heart behind the podcast. I think the main reason, truthfully, is if you want to listen. If you want to grow a little bit, learn some things, maybe be entertained a little bit, then this is for you. And I just hope that you follow along and listen, and that maybe you can gain something from it. But today specifically, I just wanted to talk about the real estate market, where we are today. If you have lived around Alamance County or in surrounding counties here in North Carolina, it is no shock to know that we have had a crazy last few years in real estate. If you were a seller, it was an amazing time to be a seller. Sellers were getting top dollar for their houses. A lot of times with no repairs, no sometimes even no inspections. It was just super simple, super easy and quick. You listed your house, and in about a weekend, you had probably anywhere from 10 to 15, 20 offers, and it was just an amazing time to be a seller. It was still a good time to be a buyer. I know a lot of my friends and family refinanced. They took advantage of those super low interest rates. I had buyers who were financing homes, 30-year mortgages for like right at 3%. We're in a bit of a different market now because of those interest rates climbing. But yeah, a few years ago, real estate was, absolutely on fire. I think December and January hit. And historically, the real estate market is going to slow down with that Christmas season in the air, and then the new year. And um, as we are moving into that spring market and that tax season and stuff like that, we have definitely seen an increase in the real estate market. I know specifically in my business, I've got like 3 buyers under contract and a seller under contract right now. Um, it, it, Houses are still selling. What I'm seeing on the listing end, uh, price points that are getting higher. So I would say like 300, 350 plus. Those homes are definitely taking a little bit longer to sell. Where we would be getting 10 offers on those houses and that upper price point, now I'm starting to see fewer. I've listed one at the beginning of the year, and we only had one offer on the property. It took us about a month to sell it. Historically, that's still not an incredibly long time to sell the house, but in the last couple of years, when your average days on market was 2 days, we're seeing that average day on market go up a little bit higher. I will say this: I have noticed that houses priced 275, 250 and below still seem to be getting multiple offers. I listed a house a few months ago in a great location, and we had about 7 or 8 offers. So we priced it accordingly to the market, and we have seen great success doing that. I know specifically I have just very genuine and honest conversations with my sellers when I go and take the appointments of, hey, look, there is a fine line here between pricing it, at market value, and then above market value, and then of course below market value. But by no means do I want to leave any money on the table for my sellers. But at the same time, I realize that if we overprice this house and we list it too high off the gate, we are going to have an uphill battle to get this thing sold. So my strategy as of recent has been, we're going to price this house just at market value. I mean, I'm going to pull these comps. We're going to be very honest, have open conversations, and we're going to price this house right where I think that it should sell. Sometimes I may even go maybe $1,000 to $5,000 below that to try and get more traction and to get more offers. What I have found is if we can get multiple offers, we have a really good opportunity to get that offer price above that list value, and even sometimes above that market value. For my buyers, I will say this. I love working with buyers. I know that sometimes it can be difficult to go show all these houses and maybe put offers in and not get them. It can be a little bit discouraging in this market. But what I would say that what I've seen with my buyers is when we get into the house and we go under contract on a property, I have seen sellers really come around and start to make repairs, give concessions. Sold a house at the beginning of the year, and I think we walked away with about $10,000 in seller money that they gave us to buy down the rate. On top of that, there were repairs that were fixed prior to closing, and that's something that's pretty huge. I know for me, we really stopped seeing seller repairs done before closing a few years ago. I think just because everything was just going so quickly, we definitely got some concessions. But those repair requests where we would come in and get contractors to quote these repairs and then send this over to the seller and then have the seller get those contractors to come out and to do that before closing, that really was not happening. But I'm seeing more and more of that, of these repairs kind of coming in on my listings and on buyers. Whenever I bring when we bring an offer to a listing, I'm seeing these repairs get completed. It is still a fantastic time to buy and sell real estate. I have seen a lot of people who are just like, Jonathan, what's going on? Like, what do you sense on the market? Do you think it's still a good time to buy? Is it still a good time to sell my house? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's always a good time to buy and to sell. And the reason I say this is because real estate has been proven to be one of the best long-term investments. If you're a buyer, yeah, that interest rate is going to be a little bit higher. I've had some buyers who, were pre-qualified for a certain amount, and then now because of those interest rates, that pre-qual has gone down a little bit. It's just part of life. It's just part of life. It does this. We always know that it does this. So what I will say to the buyer who maybe is just at a tighter spot, maybe they're like, we really want to be in this price point. We just can't quite get there yet. Then wait. By all means, wait. Wait when it's convenient and when it's best for you. But I will tell you this. I do think that interest rates will go down. Next week, I've got a great friend of mine, a great lender of mine, who's going to be talking about what she predicts interest rates in the market and things like that, mortgage-wise, where that's going to go. But what I will say is this. I do think that people are seeing that and sensing that interest rates are going to go down. However, when interest rates went down last time, it was the wild, wild west, okay? You were competing against 10, 15 qualified buyers. You had to maybe bring a lot of due diligence. Maybe you couldn't ask for repairs. Things like that were playing factors. There is not as much competition now. I'm still seeing multiple offers. But when I go and bring an offer on a house, I am not seeing 10, 15, 20 offers like we were. That offer number has gone down, which means there's less competition, which means there's more of a likely chance you're going to get the house that you want. Sellers, it is still a fantastic time to sell. I know lots of people who are saying, Jonathan, I want to sell my house. Like, I got equity. I want to sell it. I think my house is great. But where am I going to go? Call me. Let's talk about options. I'm just helping a client right now who has decided they're going to sell their house. We got their house sold. We're about to put them in their next house. We made it really awesome for them, and they're so excited, and they're so glad they took the jump. So what I will say is this. If you're thinking about selling your house, just thinking about it, Want to know maybe what your numbers are going to look like, how much you're going to net off your house, what's it going to cost you to get into your next house, is your next house even out there? Call me. Let's talk. I would love to help you and to just give you some answers, some questions that you may have. I still just encourage you guys, if you're listening, if you're thinking about buying, if you're thinking about selling, give me a call. Let's talk. Uh, Let me just kind of give you a little bit of insight, show you where I can help you, and then we can make a game plan and go from there. To those of you who have tuned in and who have listened, thank you so much. I'm so excited to see where this is going to go. I just been kind of just a dream on my heart for the past couple of months to just start something like this for the sole purpose of let's connect, let's grow together, let's help each other, and let's have fun doing it. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope you have a great day.